7 before the hour, 67 degrees in downtown Sylacauga. Don Riggins joins us for a few minutes here on Daybreak. And Don, always a pleasure, sir. Thanks for coming up.
Well, it's good to be back in Sylacauga.
Oh, yeah. A big event in Weogufga. This is the first time we've done this, homecoming of sorts there next Sunday.
We're trying to get everybody back that maybe went to school there and around, and all the folks from Sylacauga, Childersburg, Talladega, around Ellick City, Fayetteville, you know, and it's something different, and came up with the idea and put it together, and we're having just inviting everybody after church services Sunday. Don't interfere with any of your church services. Then come on down to Weogufga instead of going out and getting a hamburger or whatever. We start cooking the Boston butts Saturday night. We're gonna cook them all night. Be great barbecue dinner with all the trimmings. That'll be served from 12:30 till 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, we've got the Dixie Melody Boys coming on, and that's a group that's been around for about 50 years. They're a great group, Southern Gospel. And advance tickets for full dinner and concert, $12.
That's amazing.
$5, 12 and under, and $15 at the door. So, I mean, you'd go out and spend $12 to eat a decent lunch. So we'll throw in a good gospel concert, have a good afternoon for you.
Ed O'Neill, one of the real good guys in Southern gospel music.
Absolute guy. I'll tell you a funny story real quick. We've been trying to book this group for 2 or 3 years when we'd have our concerts, and they're always prior commitments, and you know, and getting the schedule worked out with a group when you've got a date locked down is sometimes difficult. And so 2 years ago, we had everything about worked out, and they were open that week. And I talked to his agency, and he said no. Ed said we couldn't book him that weekend. He's going back to his 50th high school reunion. They're taking a week off. He said he wasn't going to miss it. I said okay. So we started looking at the homecoming deal, and we were looking at a couple of weeks ago. And I called the agency about 2 months ago. He said, no, I can't book them that week. Said Ed's taking his wife to Hawaii on vacation. They've been married so many years and all that sort of stuff, so they're off. He said, what is? I said, I'll tell you what, call Ed and ask him when's he going to work. We'll just make it that Sunday. And, but it worked out. They're coming in, and we're looking forward to a big concert. And, of course, great food. Melvin Palmer and all those guys, Bobby Ezekiel and all those guys, they can cook the barbecue.
And thank goodness we've got the building air conditioned.
Oh, it'll be cool. Yeah, we finally got the air conditioning in this year, so it'll be nice and comfortable. And we're expecting a big crowd. We've got last count, either 6 or 7 churches that are bringing busing people in for it. So we're expecting a big crowd and a great afternoon.
The Dixie Melody Boys will be the guest singers, and good story in the Singing News about the Dixie Melody Boys and Ed O'Neill. So many, especially for those people who are watching that follow Southern gospel music, many artists got their start with Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, McRae Dove at Owens Dove Brothers, Harold Reed, big tenor singer with the Kings for 3 or 4 years. He's with Lefevre's now. One of the guys with Greater Vision. It started out with Ed O'Neill. It's about 6 or 8 of those fellows that either own their own groups or have been in gospel music for years and are big stars in the gospel.
I don't know if it was last year or year before last. Ed O'Neill made a misstep, fell off the stage, broke his leg, went to the ER and got it set, and came back and sang in the concert.
That's right. And he's been around a long time. And a great bass singer.
This Homecoming Day event is sponsored by the Weogufga Center for Arts, Entertainment, and Education, and we continue to raise funds for that project there at Weogufga.
Absolutely. There's a lot to be done. When you abandon a school facility, 17 acres, home ec building, gym, schoolhouse, no ag building, and you know, you've got roofs to be redone, the interior to be done. Of course, the gym wasn't air conditioned. It is. We've redone the gym, got it in great shape. The home ec building, we've totally re-roofed it, painted it, redone the interior. Had to jack up the floors in the old school building where they're sagging and in the middle of roofing it. And there's just a lot to be done. In the last few days, the water pipe out in the field in front burst, and they started digging down. So we can't patch it. It's that old pipe, so it's just crumbling apart. So it's a lot of expense involved with that, but we've made a lot of headway. We had, as you know, Mule Day a few while back on a Saturday, and had over 2,500 people there.
That is tremendous.
I mean, we're drawing good crowds, and it's all clean, fun, family-oriented entertainment.
You can bring the entire family after your church service this Sunday, and the serving starts at 12:30, and just a great time to relax and not have to get in the hustle and bustle of standing in long lines and that kind of thing, and you'll get served quickly and get to eat and enjoy a great concert.
We did, and the idea of this is, I know when we were growing up, some of the churches still have them. All the churches would have an annual homecoming, and dinner on the ground and good singing and all that. So, you know, a lot of churches still do it, but many of them have gone away from that, don't do it anymore. You know, let's bring back some of the old things that really were fun and that people enjoyed. And so we're going to start it after church services, so everybody can go to their church, come out, get down there. We'll be serving from 12:30 until 2, and the concert starts at 2 o'clock.
And ticket locations throughout the area where they can pick up their tickets, and $12 advance for the meal and the concert. That is a great price.
Oh, it is. You can go online at Weogufga Center.com and get your tickets in advance. A&M Clothing, Yoder Family Traditions, Royal Tire, Maxie Veazey Center, or Caperton's old South Store. Any of those people have tickets, just go by and buy them, and save $3 a ticket. 12 and under, $5, and children 5 and under free, you know, with adults.
Many people know about the Dixie Melody Boys. I've never had the privilege of being in concert with them, but you know, you hear rave reviews about this group wherever they go, and so many people like that style of singing.
They're very, very good. I haven't seen them in many years, seen their CDs, and in fact I sent you one. And you know, one of the biggest hit, I guess, they've had several #1 Southern gospel songs, and big one is the Antioch Church Choir. You know, and that after they recorded, there's probably 20 groups done that song since then.
Don Riggins, our guest this morning. Of course, the Weogufga Center for Arts, Entertainment, and Education presents Homecoming Day this Sunday, and Sunday lunch begins at 12:30. It'll be barbecue and all the fixings, and then the concert begins at 2 p.m. And you're already looking ahead to early fall of 2012 with some projects you got working, and then the annual event that we do every year down at Weogufga, and you know, you have to plan these things well in advance.
If you want the groups, you know, to try to mix it up where it's the right fit, you've got to book them pretty long way out, and sometimes you can get a group a lot cheaper if you wait a month in advance or 6 weeks, and you know, if they're not booked. But that's not what we want to do. We want to know who we've got, start planning it and doing it. We already booked for October the 6th. We'll announce it later, the groups, and it is a fantastic deal. And we honed in on that date because Alabama's not playing football that weekend, and Auburn's got Arkansas, hopefully an afternoon game. And so that's one of the lighter weekends that we're not competing with Alabama Auburn on Saturday night TV or something, and that affects you.
It does.
But we could get the groups that we've got, we're both open right now then, so we've got them locked in. And then next year we'll go back to our annual event and probably back it up to May like it's always been.
And you're working on some blockbuster possibilities for that scene too.
Oh, absolutely. I've got one group that's trying to coordinate and put the deal together with some folks that we have not been able to get in. And if we do that, then it'll be great. We had a huge crowd at the last one, and they had, let's see, Dixie Echoes, Diplomats, and Palmetto State. And I thought it was one of the best concerts we've had.
Yeah, no doubt about that. A big one coming up this Sunday too at the Weogufga Center. The Dixie Melody Boys will be there one day only, one concert only. Starts at 2 o'clock. The singing does. The lunch begins at 12:30, and you can get a great lunch and a wonderful concert as well. $12 advance, $15 at the door. Don Riggins, our guest this morning. Don's the general manager of King Honda down in Auburn, Opelika area. And you guys got it's ever changing in the automobile industry, isn't it?
Almost daily. In fact, beginning this weekend, Honda is offering 0.9% financing for 60 months on new Civics, Accords, Cross Tours, Pilots, and Odysseys. And that's pretty rare with Honda. They do it maybe once, twice a year. And they're coming out. It's going to be limited for about 17 days. Mm-hmm. But we just announcing that now. And of course, you at 0.9, it's almost like not paying interest. And we're giving huge discounts on new Hondas. We've got.
What's so special about the Honda vehicle, Don?
Dependability and customer loyalty. We've got people that don't even go shop other brands, and Honda's got the highest owner loyalty of any of the manufacturers. And the dependability of the vehicle is so good. If you just change oil and take care of them, it seems like they run forever. But Honda is a little bit more conservative than some of the manufacturers in change. They're going to wait and make sure the change is right before they do it, but when they come, it's usually a blockbuster. And all our products are great, and we've got everything from the hybrids to the pilots like you and I drive, and Odyssey vans, and of course Accord. That's been the big seller for 30 years, and Civics are great, and it's just a great car.
And a lot of the Honda vehicles manufactured right up the road there in Lincoln, Alabama.
That's correct. Now I tell you what, we need nice used cars right now. So if you're in a market for an automobile, if you'll take that short drive down 280 to Auburn, I'll put all I can possibly put in you, trade in if it's a nice car, give you a huge discount on new Honda, and in a couple of days it'll be 0.9. I can't do it today or tomorrow, but it's coming. So I'm just telling you, and it'd be a, you could buy it with such a low payment, in 60 months on 0.9.
Well, everybody that loves Southern gospel music, loves barbecue, and loves homecomings, your day is this Sunday down at the Weogufga Center for Arts, Entertainment, and Education, the Weogufga Center, and that's where it'll all be happening. And lunch at 12:30, and delicious barbecue. And man, barbecue in the summertime, that's what it's all about.
Oh, barbecue and iced tea, you can't go wrong.
Again, ticket outlets, A&M Clothing in Sylacauga, along with the Yoder Family Traditions, Royal Tire Service. You can get your tickets at the Maxi Visa Senior Adult Center. And of course, they can go online and get ticket information too.
Weogufga.com. You can just pop it on your credit card and move on, or call the Weogufga Center, or you can call 334-821-7283 or 334-580-0984. That's my cell number. And if you tell me you need 6 tickets or 4 tickets or whatever, we'll put your name down and pick them up at the door and pay $12. I mean, we just want the big crowd there. And one other thing we're doing also, if I'd mentioned we've got several church groups bringing buses in. If you're interested in bringing a group from your church, if you will call 334-580-0984. It's a special deal for groups for the churches. We cut the price down for that, and we've got several bus loads coming in already.
And I look forward to being a part of that, as we always like to visit with our friends down in Weogufga, and they don't just they're not just in Weogufga, they come from all over for these things.
Oh, we've pulled them. We get a lot of people out of Clanton, Ellick City, Goodwater, all Talladega County, Birmingham, and Montgomery, and yeah, people will drive to see a good gospel music concert, and we've been fortunate. We've in our spring deal, you being one of the sponsors, and of course King Honda and several Billy Hamilton and Asafar and different ones help sponsor that, so we can bring in a top-notch entertainment, and the center still take in some money to do the things they need to do. And we've been fortunate to be able to book the top tier groups, and we'll continue to do that.
Well, the Dixie Melody Boys will be that top group this coming Sunday afternoon. Ed O'Neill, and we close with this about Ed O'Neill. You talk about stability. He is one of the leaders in Southern gospel music, and he stayed the course. He could have retired a number of years ago, but he said, look, I love singing, I love meeting people, and I love uplifting the Lord, and that's a pretty good combination.
It is, and Ed's got a couple other business ventures, and you're right. He could have got off the road and quit traveling, especially when fuel got so high. And these groups, a lot of these groups are struggling because it's you know, what they can get for a concert didn't go up, probably went down, and the fuel costs for those big buses and stuff was astronomical. And Ed has stayed with it. He loves it, and he's been doing it over 50 years.
Yeah, he's of course got that low bass voice.
He's a great bass singer.
Don, always a pleasure, sir.
Same here. Thank
More
you for
on
having us.
Daybreak coming up in just a minute.